No, seriously. Okay, no. Look at my phone. I've got like 8 restaurant
I know,
apps.
but you don't have the. Hi, everybody. It's the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
This is pretty cool. Today, Einstein's Bagels is going to give you a free bagel and schmear if
A schmear.
you can show them any other restaurant app on your phone. This is really funny. Basically, they said, we would like to reward you for supporting other restaurants along with ours.
So all you need on your app list is another restaurant that you support.
Because I downloaded McDonald's because they were doing the free fries every
Right,
Friday. So
right.
this is perfect. Now we get free bagel and schmear and free fries.
I'm going to ask you a question now, a little trivia question about Hollywood.
Okay.
What famous movie with Robin Williams was the word schmear used extensively?
I was thinking Harry Met Sally because that was in New York, but which I give
Harry
up.
Met Sally. Robin Williams isn't in that movie.
I know, but I was just thinking that's the only time I had heard it.
Birdcage.
So, really?
Birdcage. When you're
I
sitting there
did not
trying to
know
teach
that.
him to be a manly man and schmear his sandwich. All right.
I did not know that. So
Emma's-
in any case, free bagels today. Go for it.
I saw a brief glance at the Amazon complex. I didn't even know it was done.
I didn't either. It
It
just
is
sort of sprung up
huge.
overnight.
It was so funny because the news coverage shows it's a very large building with yellow pillars inside.
Thank you for that illuminating report. Look, this is the only thing you need to know. If you are still looking for a job, they are actually running another job fair this week. It's running through Saturday. It's at the Hilton Hotel in Salt Lake City. If you want to, though, you can also fill out an application online. It's amazondelivers.jobs, and then just click on the warehouse jobs for Salt Lake City.
And what's it called? Fulfillment
It's a
Center.
fulfillment center.
So when you click the button and say, I will purchase that. So right over there,
I will
actually.
fulfill you.
It's right there. Can I just come and get it? Or they should be here in like 15 minutes.
Pretty much, yeah.
They put it in a box. They carry it home on their way home to dinner.
I still have this secret dream of being wet wired so that I can go through all the computers, and I'm like, never mind.
And we'd be poor.
It's a sci-fi thing. No, it'd be cool.
Some more.
Okay.
Tell me something good.
This one's gorgeous.
Brought to us by PC Laptops. If you're looking for starting at $7.99 laptop or desktop, they have waiting for you.
Lifetime warranty, that is parts and labor. Parts and labor. They're kind of confident about this. And of course, this goes everything from the beginner's model up to something really a hardcore. But the nice thing about it is because it's so easy to fix and because you don't have to stress because there's a warranty and there's 10 locations and they fix phones.
There you go. Tell me something good.
Okay, I've been waiting for this. This is like my favorite story I've heard like all week.
Okay.
Tara Guingermero has had just like a sucky couple of years. Just her husband died of brain cancer in 2014, and she's been financially supporting herself and her disabled brother, as well as her 4 rescue dogs, her 2 rescue cats, and an old blind chicken. Yes.
Called Lucky.
Tara's got an old
Blind chicken.
I adore her so much. Now, things just really came to like a boil last week. The city slapped a $4,000 repair bill on the house and said, you got to get this done. She'd been struggling to collect money from people she'd been doing freelance writing for, and she's like, you know what it's like. We've all been at that point where our lowest moment, and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to crawl out. Well, she was too embarrassed to say out loud that I was having financial difficulty, but I was making rice for me and the dogs to eat. I was losing sleep. I was crying. I was rationing the gas in my car. And she said it was breaking me in pieces. Well, things were really bad, and so she has many friends because she's one of those loving, sweet people, and one of her friends gave her a $250 gift card to Whole Foods.
Which in
It's
Whole
a
Foods,
lot.
not Whole Foods, they'll buy a chicken.
It's spendier at Whole Foods, but imagine how cool it is because Tara's beside herself, I can go to Whole Foods, and she's thinking,
$250.
I can get fresh food and produce, and I can get real dog food
Yeah.
for my dogs. And
Yeah.
so while she was doing the shopping in Atlanta, and she started sticking stuff on the checkout, conveyor belt,
Sure.
she realized she'd got some of her groceries mixed up with the gentleman in front of her. And she goes, "Oh, look, I'm really sorry. Let me just move, separate." And he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just get it. I may as well."
What do you mean, get it?
He says, "I'll take care of your groceries."
Hers?
Yes, he said he wanted to buy food for my pets. I even clumsily tried to stop the cashier at a certain amount because the gift card was for $250 and I'd gone way over and I wasn't adding very well in my head. And he stopped this and he says, "I got this. I'll pay for it. Don't
What?
worry about it."
That's
So
pretty cool.
She started crying and she insisted on hugging him and she said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Oh, Chris." And she said, I thanked him, but I was so stunned that even as we made small talk, he asked about my 4 dogs. I tripped over my words all the way thinking, I'm talking to an angel. This is an angel. And I even said, who are you? And he goes, I'm just a guy. So the stranger paid for all $375 of her groceries because, once again, this is Whole Foods.
This is the point where they vanish.
And he says, I wanted to make sure she was okay. I said, did you have help getting everything to your car? And she said, yes. And she said, I just want to be like you when I grow up. And he laughed and he disappeared off into the sunset with his groceries.
Poof.
And here's the cool part. The cashier leaned over and looked at her, and her eyes are like saucers. And she goes, do you know who that was?
Who was it? Chris.
Tara's like, and she goes, that's Ludacris. The rapper, Ludacris, that's Ludacris. And
Wow.
she went, Ludacris is like one of her favorite musicians ever. And she's standing there dying going,
So funny.
my favorite rapper just bought all my groceries.
So funny.
And she said he had no way of knowing what his quiet kindness and his generous gesture came at a moment when my candle was out. And we've all been there. She said he used his personal light to fire at my own. And isn't that what we should be doing for each other? I think it is. Be like you, Ludacris, y'all. I so love that kind of adorable humility and that calmness. And number one, the fact that you've got a huge rap star shopping for his own groceries. Number two, that he didn't get pissy when she was getting stuff all mixed up.
Plus, she has a blind chicken.
And And number three, he just goes, let me take care of this.
Wow.
And frankly, that would always be my dream. I've always thought that if I got rich, I would love to do that, just kind of swoop in and take care of stuff like that.
All right.
But what a wonderful thing to do. You know we're going to have to go get his album off iTunes now, right?
I know.
On principle, we have to do this. I know, but he's wonderful.
Well, I have to buy a blind chicken and have them listen to it. Hey, coming up when animals attack, the last animal that you would think would attack with the worst set of teeth is coming up next.
That's scary.
Tell me about it.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by Magic Wash, home of the ultra-durable ceramic car wash to keep your car looking clean and pretty for longer. 2 locations in Layton and South Ogden. And also by New Millennium Group, financial advisors to help you grow into financial security. Go to utahsfinancialplanner.com for a free Social Security optimization report.
All right, so what do we have going on here?
Well, initially, I tried to save the big monster mutant cookie. And it didn't really trend, no.
So first of all, you've always been under a lot of, oh, by the way, look at me. It looks like you're a Colombian drug lord. That's great.
Oh, crap, it's on my face. Yeah, that would be to 2 certain little girls who got excited with the powdered
All right,
sugar and the frosting.
so the question is, who puts you under this pressure? Is like, who in the family is the baker?
Mother.
And you feel like this is like...
And Julie is like a gourmet baker, and then there's me.
So,
No, okay, I gave up cooking to you. I did. I relinquished cooking, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it worked out really well. But you know what? Your baking skills, I always thought that was like a parental thing I should do. And they apparently do atrophy, just like a muscle that is unused a lot. And that's apparently what's been happening here. So on the bright side, they're not all hideous. See, they're almost like a butt, right?
all right, there is a lot of pressure on you. So
Nice ladies.
what haunts you?
Okay, are you remembering Zoe's epic cake fail series? The kid's 7, and like I screwed up 5 of her cakes.
Share. Go ahead and share.
No, but it's like that one time that I made the Martha Stewart buttercream frosting, and it was supposed to be cream cheese, and I thought, man, that's so glamorous, and that's going to be cool. And then Bill came in, our brother-in-law, and he said, so essentially that's pink butter then, is it? And I'm like, no, it's not. And we all took a bite, and it was essentially, pink butter. Then there was the pink camouflage cake. Remember the pink camouflage cake, Zoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fell apart and even more camouflagey than we could have hoped to.
I remember the words. I remember the words as they entered the house. What happened? What happened?
And then one time we tried to hide all the cracks in the frosting with strawberries, and then the strawberries got the frosting wet. Yeah, that was so funny, too. Maybe we just need to stop having your family over for your birthday party, and then we can get rid of the judgment.
Never.
That's nice.
You guys are amazing. Hi.
Hi.
All right.
I think
So.
that yours look really cute, you guys.
All right. So. Hold up the picture. Hold up this picture.
Okay, so this is how the bunny butts are supposed to look according to Pinterest.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And I feel like
Hey, look at you.
We're close-ish.
Look at you. You know, it
Look
is.
at the little tail.
It's missing one thing.
What?
Well, I brought it.
No, you
with
don't.
me.
I have everything in the
So,
picture.
first of all, you need that right
What are you
there.
doing with raisins?
Watch. If you put them like this.
Are you serious? I'm sorry, Zoe's daddy is very immature. Really?
Yeah.
What is
now,
wrong with you?
It's little Easter bunny pellets. And they're edible.
You are so creepy.
Good job, Mom.
Thank you for defiling my one Pinterest achievement. That's nice. Such a jerk. The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com. And by Brio Technologies. They rent, sell, and install audiovisual components, including professional sound, lighting, video, and intercom systems, components, projectors, interactive whiteboards, and classroom audio systems. Just go to BrioAudiovisual.com.
I'm kind of excited about this and sad at the same time.
Okay,
This
explain.
Discovery Channel has gone to hell.
Well, that's kind of a strong statement.
I used to go 276 on my Comcast deal, Xfinity, and there it was. It was always on. They
They're the
played.
guys who do Shark Week, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is awesome. Shark Week is
But
cool. And they
they-
would travel places and show you cool cultures.
But they would do American Pickers, and American Pickers. They went around. They found antiques and they found cool stuff. And he collected bikes, and the other guy collected machines and pinball machines.
This is when they weaseled into like what are really professional hoarders places and going, how about that thing?
Yeah, we
Why
buy
don't
that
you let
thing?"
us buy that?
And so it has been replaced with this whole ghost hunter show.
Why? That doesn't have anything to do with Discovery.
It's the
I thought it was supposed
worst.
to be educational.
It's like, oh, I just got scratched by a ghost.
Wait, was that the one you showed me yesterday? You made me watch for like 5 minutes with this egg beater?
Yeah.
Because ghosts hate egg beaters.
Oh my gosh, there's a ghost behind you.
Oh,
Make your
no.
face. Okay.
Oh.
So I just dislike the show. I can't even tell you. And they come up with inventions that will make ghosts do stuff, and that's just stupid.
Oh yeah, the app
So
where it
anyway.
says the ghost is right in front of you on his phone. He goes, the ghost is right in front of you.
He's talking to us.
Well, no, it's just that you and I have been on ghost hunts many times with Tom Carr, who is an excellent ghost hunter. He's been on national shows. He wrote a book. And there are times that you might see something or feel something, and then most of the time you don't. It's like,
But it's not like this.
oh my God, I've been hit by a ghost.
So here's back to the story about
Okay,
the
sorry.
American Pickers.
So anyway,
So where are they? They are in Chesterfield, Massachusetts. And
Your home state.
Aerosmith
oh, that's their hometown too, Steve
did
Tyler.
not start playing stadiums. Obviously, like every band, he played bars, he played small music venues and such, and they had to travel around. The story is they're in Chesterfield, and they spot a junkyard of cars behind some guy's property, trees going through the hood. They're just
Kind of sounds like one of my dad's places. But go on.
He's just letting the place rot, you know. And they noticed this van. It said Aerosmith on it. And it wasn't any van. It was a 68 International Harvester Metro van,
No way.
1964.
That's kind of cool.
And they said, Aerosmith, what's that about? And he goes, oh, that's Aerosmith's car. And it is like the...
It's Aerosmith's tour van. This was one of the original tour vans for
From the-
Aerosmith.
Yeah, and so the tires are flat. It's buried in the mud. It's rusting out and all this.
But it's like a cool thing. It was the original Aerosmith band.
Well, Mike and Frank, I call them that because they're my friends.
Of course.
Because I've watched them for so long. They actually contacted one of the original guys. They took pictures and they sent it to him. And he goes, "That's our van."
That's so funny.
And it's rotting in a field.
And that's so cool. I mean,
And one of the things about the guy's Mike, he likes memorabilia. He likes history. And so what he did was he said, "I will buy this from you." And it's just a piece of crap.
no, but it's got all the original logos and all the cool stuff on it. Yeah.
Well, the first versions of
Well,
it.
yeah, but that's the fun thing, seeing the origins of someone who becomes a band that's like internationally known for
It
like
took
multiple generations.
$25,000 to have the guy separate himself from it.
Well, you know, it was hard. There were all those trees growing through it. The trees were so happy. You
There's
didn't want to disturb them.
There's a lot of sawing involved, but $25,000.
What if we could get these guys to go through on my dad's properties?
I just think
Maybe
that
we
these
could be
guys.
millionaires.
I just think that these guys made a lot more money than I saw on the show.
That's amazing.
They're funny.
The
think
original van has surfaced. No, but
Right?
it's kind of cool though, because it's like that epic piece of history.
I think
right.
it's cool.
This is one of my favorite stories, like ever.
Right.
And first, I have to tell you about New Millennium Group. New
Please
Millennium
do.
Group, New Millennium Financial. Now, here's the deal. Derek is like one of the smartest men I know, and he basically guides a group of people, and he helps manage wealth, and he helps you build wealth. And it's interesting because I said, well, do you have all the millionaires? And they said, no, we're looking for the regular people who don't know what to do, and they're trying to build wealth. Because, you know, the millionaires already know how to do all that crap. It's us. We're not the ones who figured that out. And so they say, you come in, we ask a lot of questions. We can give you a free Social Security optimization report, which gives you a better idea of when you want to take things, what you want to do. And then if you want to stay with us, we'll show you how to start building your wealth and how to make it work for you. And I thought that was kind of like a really cool point, that it's our level of people that need the help. So if you want to go to utahsfinancialplanner.com, that's utahsfinancialplanner.com. They'll get you started on the Social Security optimization report, and you can go from there.
I set the scene for you now. Dan and Layla, father, daughter, kayaking.
Oh, that's so wholesome and sweet.
Can you imagine?
Oh, Layla's 7, just like our daughter.
Yeah, and she's just going along, and all of a sudden something starts swimming through the water, and Dad sees it, and he's like, it's approaching him in his kayak, and he's like, "Brr, brr, brr, what's that?" And it's a beaver.
Oh, I like beavers.
And the beaver comes up to his kayak, and you know, they have those little stringy ropes around the top of it so you can store gear and stuff. And he grabs those, and he starts coming up, and
They
he's
have
like,
very clever paws.
well, they also have teeth
Pretty sharp.
like this.
Because they eat through trees.
So he says, "Get away, you blanket
Beaver."
And he takes his paddle and he pushes it away from his kayak. But the beaver would not be stopped.
Deterred. He wished to come.
Deterred.
He returned to the... Really?
Deterred. And he
Came
came
back?
back. And then he figured out, the beaver figured out, man, maybe he's too big a target. Maybe I go after a 7-year-old.
This is a really ticked off beaver.
She's in a separate kayak.
These are angry beavers. Okay, go on.
Beaver. And
Angry
not more
beaver.
than angry, pissed off. And so the beaver comes on, and the dad's like paddling over as fast as he can, and he's hitting the thing with the paddle. And
Get
the
off.
beaver will not stop, relentlessly attacking the kayak with his daughter in it.
Attack of the Angry Beaver.
I know, right?
Go on.
So Dad says, quick, get to the shore.
This is so cool. Kind of scary, but
She gets to the shore. He goes, get out. Get out. Get out.
they actually abandoned their kayaks because of the Angry Beaver.
Well, he jumped out and he grabbed her kayak and shoved it at the shore. He says, get out and go. Get out and go. And the beaver keeps, I'm going to say this, a-coming.
I jumped out of my kayak and ran to her. I got to her kayak the same time the beaver did. It climbed on the back of her kayak, and I had to punch it to get it off. He punched the beaver in the face.
Have you ever punched a beaver?
Not in the face.
Never.
Never. Actually, I've
in
never
the
been that close to a
face.
beaver.
And then all of a sudden he realized this is a sick beaver.
Okay,
This
that
beaver
explains
is
everything.
a rabid beaver.
So did it bite Layla, his daughter?
No, so he says, run to the woods. Run, 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 run. So she runs away, but Dad, I love you, you know, that kind of stuff. Or, okay, I'm gone. Dad, as we've done story after story about rabid foxes attacking grandmas, and grandma throttles.
Oh no, that was the rabbit. That was the bobcat. Remember the one in Arkansas, and she strangled it with her bare freaking hands.
Death.
Strangled it, even though it was biting her, because she said my grandson was in the house and I couldn't risk it. Grandma strangled the beaver with her. I mean, the badger. No, wait, now I'm getting confused.
So
With the bobcat.
Dan, the dad, kept hitting with the paddle and finally just picked up a rock and it crushed its head,
Clunk.
killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beaver. And when they took it to the department,
Rabies.
It was rabies.
Rabies.
So did he have to get shots?
He had to go through the shots.
But
'cause
Layla didn't have to get shots,
No,
right?
he got scratched, and so because of that, he had to go through the shots because of that damn beaver.
Angry Beavers. That would make a great band name, actually. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Angry Beavers. Well, no, I just...
Is that your crowd noise?
Yeah.
Do
Is
it.
this where you're going to do the girls that can't make can't do impressions anymore?
Do the crowd noise again
No, I'm
for
not
me.
going to do it now.
No, please.
Okay, I have a really super good story, though. You're going to totally dig this. Okay. There is a wonderful man. He's 80 years old. He lives on a river in the Zhejiang province.
Where?
His name is
China?
Zhu Weifeng, and he's in the Zhejiang province in China.
In China. Okay.
He and his wife have lived there for about 50 years, and they've fished on the river and they've, made their living there.
So they're like right on the river. How cool.
So he heard someone screaming for help from the river, so he and his wife race outside to find an 8-year-old struggling to keep his head above the current, and he's splashing, he's freaking out. And I guess this
How
boy
old is he?
He's 8. He'd been playing with.
He's 8. No, I'm sorry. The guy is how old?
80.
Okay.
And the little boy is 8.
Okay.
And so I guess the kid had been playing alongside the river with his grandma and fell in. Now, Zoo's not as fit as he used to be. He says, I had a few injuries when I fell down a flight of stairs a couple of years ago.
Right.
But he, of course, leaped into the water. So he's swimming, he pulls the boy to safety, and boy's okay, and helping him get settled. Then the grandma comes up crying.
Beautiful story. Beautiful story.
So Zoo goes up to the hospital a couple of days later just to check on the boy. Is he okay? Everything okay?
Right.
And he found out that he actually knows the boy's father as well.
Oh.
Because he'd rescued the man from drowning in the very same river exactly 30 years before. 30 years before.
Oh, Dad. Is there no YMCA near you that teach free swimming lessons?
Floaties on the arm. Those are good too. And now here's the amazing thing. Those two are not the only ones he's rescued from the river. Over the last 50 years, he's rescued 3 other drowning people.
Shut up.
And his wife is saved too. Now, he's really sweet, and so the news is, interviewing him because it's amazing. Father, son, what an incredible dynamic.
That's
He
crazy.
saved his family lying. And
Yeah.
he goes, I just want to say something. He goes, I'm 80, and I'm not as spry as I used to be, and I would really like you all to start taking swimming lessons.
Right?
Could you do that for me? Just
It would
swimming
help.
That was his big thing. He didn't want to claim. He didn't want glory. He didn't want to be thanked. He goes, just go take some swimming lessons.
At least there were no rabid beavers.
I love that. Well, this is true.
Great story.
All right, do not forget, we would love to have you share and like the show today, because if you do, you automatically qualify for dinner for 4 at Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, which is possibly the best restaurant in the state. We'll pick a winner on Friday, and it really doesn't matter when you watch this because we pick a winner every Friday. I'll just check someone who shared. And we'd like it to be you.
Oh, tell me something good.
Oh, and our new page, Tell Me Something Good on Facebook. If you want to go there, we have a $100 gift card, because what's better than extra money for back to school?
That's telling me something good.
And you can enter to win that as well. So
Great stories like we just told you.
because there's a place you need to go where you can just cheer up.
This is
Where
true.
it isn't mean, and there's no politics, and nobody's
Right.
calling each other names, because that's a lot of Facebook these
Tell me
days.
something good on Facebook. Go check it out. Can you do me one favor before we say goodbye?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do your crowd noise for me again?
That could be a crowd.
I am now satisfied. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. It's the Todd and Erin Daily.